Happy New Year! Today is January 1st, 2023, which means... doesn't mean anything, does it? The economy is still shit. People are still unhappy. Mr. X still thinks he's funny when he's really not. We're still launching the same video on the first day of every month. The only thing that changes is the date when I write my blackmail check. I swear to God, she didn't have an Adam's apple that night. Anyway, since it's the first of the month, which again is entirely depressing because it's a new year and nothing good's going to happen, we might as well as do our Xtreme Xpos. That's right, it's the monthly segment where we take a brief look back at the previous month, but more importantly, look at all the exciting things in the upcoming month. Although, how can it be exciting? Eventually, we're all going to die anyway. As the Xtreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Xtreme channel. My name is Mr. X. A big part of this channel is all about Xtreme collectibles, and that is the case today. It's January 1st. It's time for new everything. Now, while a lot of things in my life won't change, for example, we're still going to talk about my favorite statues from last month. Did I buy anything? I was a little naughty and got a lot of Christmas gifts. But what about all the exciting stuff coming up? Now, first of all, I got to let you know, I am traveling for probably 25 of the 31 days. However, you will still get content every other day. Members, if you're interested in what that's about, check out the link in the description below or that join button. We'll get behind the scenes footage of me and Mrs. X on a free trip to Jamaica. Mostly bedroom stuff, but everybody will get a sneak peek at a second trip I'm taking as well. I can't let the cat out of the bag because, as you know, I fucking hate cats and I hope it suffocates. But there's already been one big clue about this mystery trip dropped on YouTube, and you'll find out in about a week what's going on. But in the meantime, let's continue to talk about collectibles. If you missed the last week, it was really exciting. On Christmas Day, we did the stupid statue awards. Make sure to go check that out if you missed it. We started doing countdowns of best statues of last year, best moments of last year. In the next few days, we're going to have countdowns of most anticipated statues. In a few weeks, I'm going to count down all the X-Men statues. But enough of all that. Let's dive in, starting with talking about last month. What were the best statues that arrived last month? Number 3, without a doubt, was this custom Invisible Woman. Now, some people hated this, and they hated it with a passion. So much so that the negative hype got this for selling like half of retail, which blows my mind, because I think she was an awesome Sue Storm, and she's going to look great with the rest of my Fantastic Four collection. Number 2 was this giant Star Wars piece. You know, thanks to a few of the commenters, I actually learned something I didn't know. Mark Hamill was in a car accident between filming episodes 4 and 5. That's where he got the big scar. So they used the Wampa story to introduce this is how he got the scar. Kind of cool. But my number one favorite was this Prime 1 Studio Berserk piece. Completed my Berserk collection was Slan and Ubik. Now some people are thinking that's your favorite because she was naked. You're absolutely right. And if you're new to the channel, that was sarcasm. People know I hate naked statues. I like naked people. Of course, only if, you know, they're hot and sexy women like my wife. I don't like ugly, fat, naked guys like me. But to make myself feel better about my ugly, naked, fat self, because I do find myself naked a lot, which is kind of weird, I indulged a little bit in the Christmas spirit and went a little bit overboard buying statues, which I justified in my head, because as statue collectors, we like to justify everything we do. And sometimes those justifications are really, really stupid. But I sold 200 statues last year, so I could buy a few for the upcoming year. So let's look at those. First purchase, I went all in on Prime 1 Studios 1/3 scale City Hunter Predator. Now I have their Jungle Hunter Predator on order, which will come in the next few months. But I decided I'm probably going to sell all my Predator pieces and just stick with these big 1/3 scale ones because they look absolutely amazing. I did get another 1/3 scale, not from Prime 1 Studio, but from Darkside. This will be my first piece from Darkside. I thought their Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman outdid Prime 1 Studio, and I'm always a little nervous about Prime 1 Studio Blitzway collaboration because sometimes it just doesn't come out the best. I also got another Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. It is this custom bust. It actually has 2 different switch-out portraits. I've bought a number of pieces from this custom studio before, and they never ever disappoint, so I'm stoked to get this later in the year. I pulled the trigger on some other Prime 1 Studio 1/3 pieces, First, Punchline. I'm redoing my 1/3 scale area, and I'm selling a few of them later this year, some of my excess Batmans, and I thought she would look great, and of course I got her corresponding companion piece Joker. I'm going to put Harley Quinn on one side, Punchline on the other. I think it'll look absolutely fantastic. I'm sure there were many times I practiced hashtag restraint, meaning I really wanted something and I didn't buy it. But the most notable one in December was the Chainsaw Man. Now, I haven't seen this, and that is why I practice hashtag restraint, but I think it looks awesome on so many levels. Now, you keep hearing that, hey, I'm going to sell some stuff. You'll notice I didn't sell anything last month at the end of the month. I will be at the end of January. We're going to be back on. It's always going to be the last video of the month. Don't message me. Just make sure you've not only liked this video, you sub to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss those sales. We sell things at a crazy low price all the time. And we have to sell some because some Xtreme Collectibles are arriving to the table. Look at that segue. So yes, in January, we have some Xtreme stuff scheduled to arrive. Again, this is stuff that is scheduled. I find about 50 to 60% of the stuff that's scheduled actually arrives. And some of it takes like a year longer, some of it takes a few weeks longer. But before we jump into those, I do have 2 videos on deck. Again, members get early access, they can already see it. But first is this custom Silver Surfer right here. Very excited, it's based off of Marvel cover, and I love him. I absolutely love him, and actually, to be honest with you, I don't know if I do. I haven't unboxed him when I'm filming this because I'm filming stuff so far in advance. Hopefully I love him. And also on deck is this Venomized Loki. I know I'm going to love this guy. I cannot wait. I have a huge collection of all Venomized characters, and I thought this would fit in awesome. One I forgot about that was on deck is Prime 1 Studios Goku finally arrived. So I shot a video with him, and I have some very interesting thoughts, so make sure not to miss this. Now, some other ones that I have scheduled to arrive in no particular order, because there's not a ton this month. There's about 15, so we can probably expect about 8 or 9 of those. This custom surfer is supposed to ship. It was supposed to ship, I believe, in October or November, so I'm very hopeful it'll ship anytime soon. But believe it or not, I'm running out of custom surfers. I think I only have 2 more on order after this, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Almost forgot about this custom winged Venom. I've been talking about it for years. In one point, it was actually my most anticipated piece. Will it be in the upcoming videos? Well, tune into those to find out, but more importantly, make sure to tune in for the review of this guy when he arrives. Kinetics or whatever the fuck you want to call it has their Chun-Li. It was due 2 months ago, still hasn't came out. So I'm expecting it'll arrive. This is the last Street Fighter piece I will be buying because my Street Fighter pieces will also be going up for sale in the upcoming months. Write that down. This 1/3 scale Batman, they shipped all the quarter scales. Now they're going to ship the 1/3 scales. And I have to decide if this one is better or Hush is better. Prime 1 Hush. So if you remember earlier in the video, unless you have a really short memory, I said I'm going to sell some Batman pieces. All my Batmans are gone except one. Will I keep this one or Batman Hush? We will find out. Now, my next 2 on my list, I'm just going to skip because they were supposed to ship like 4 months ago, and I haven't heard anything. They're from Iron Kite, so we'll just leave it at that. But this custom Hulk started shipping. So this is only coming as a kit, and I have it going to S7 Customs. My wife isn't painting it because Jason really wanted to because Hulks are his thing, and a lot of people are saying this may be the best Hulk statue ever. It better be at the huge price that it sold for. I'm not going to tell you that it was $3,000 plus for just the kit, because it was more than that. Crazy nuts, better be worth it. Prime 1 Joker Dragon. It actually, I think, already arrived by the time this airs, so you guys will definitely see that. That is 100% confirmed. I have the deluxe coming. I love that entire Dark Knight metal line. I also have the omnibus on order that's coming out in, I think, 2 or 3 months. So I'm going to reread that stuff. I'm going to get so into this in a non-sexual way. I am just stoked. Queen Studios Balrog, I confirmed, is shipping in January. So Todd Father from Spec Fiction is going to come out and help unbox this. May not be in January, maybe in February. We'll figure it out. But I really just have no idea where I'm going to put it.
That's what she said.
This custom Super Scroll should arrive as well. Now, interesting, I ordered this, and then I saw XM Studios, and I thought that was superior. So I ordered XM Studios, and then I resaw pictures of this. I was like, you know what? It may not be superior. So I'm getting both of them, but only the custom is arriving in January. So I will bring a review. I bring a review to every single piece that I have. Again, a reason to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification. Another custom. This King Shark is ready to ship. Now, I'm keeping all my DC quarter scale villains. I'm actually putting them in the place of my samurai pieces from XM because I'm selling all those. Maybe at the end of this month. Again, subscribe. But this King Shark will look absolutely awesome because also scheduled to ship is kind of a counterpart or another piece in that line, this giant clayface statue. 39 inches tall. Really excited to get this. I recently got their Killer Croc that I reviewed, and it's all part of that same conglomerate line. And I don't know if I used the word conglomerate there correctly. I just used it to sound fancy. Another piece, Terax. If you don't know who this is, you're not a Silver Surfer fan. So Terax has a history in the cosmic beings. He was actually even a Herald of Galactus, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be mistaken. I'm really high right now. But that's actually not true. Drunk? Yes. High? No. But nonetheless, can't wait for this Terax. I'm redoing my Silver Surfer Galactus display, and I think he's going to look great with them. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to do a room tour in either January or February. So much has changed. The wall behind me hasn't, but I think everything else has. So I'm looking at a life-size Iron Man right now, which is really exciting because the life-size Spider-Man from Queen Studios, which is going to go right next to it, is set to ship. This will probably be on a container, so while it's supposed to ship in January, it may not arrive, but nonetheless, I can't wait to do this video. I got some cool ideas like I did with the last one. That's it. That's it. That's a shitload of stuff. I know. So very exciting month in January. As always, the favorite part for me is to see what your favorite piece from last month was and what you have arriving this month. Throw that down in the comments below. I make sure to go through every single comment. Also, it could win you a statue. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. I've been saying thank you guys now for almost 4 years on the YouTube channel. I think 4 years. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. But you better fucking subscribe if you haven't. If not, just give me a like. Makes me feel better about my fat, ugly, naked self.